Okay, good evening. We are now live. I'm here with Ron. Say hello, Ron.
Hey, how's it going?
And ready to start the quick head sketches tonight. I did get the 5 that I was asking for. I'm going to stay with that right now, and we'll see how it goes. If I get more, I might just put out a call for tomorrow, see how I feel, and just kind of take it from there. So, got my notes here, and first up is we have a friend and fan in Belgium who wants a symbiote Spider-Man head. So I figured I would go ahead and warm up with it. Always kind of a safe one to get myself going on. And I have another request from Sean for a black Spider-Man, or if some of you watched my afternoon cast, you may have heard me mention a Punisher, which I've never done. And he put that in at his second choice. The reason I ask for second choices is I do get a lot of requests for the black Spider-Man head, and sometimes I like to mix it up, so I like to have the freedom to have another one. Although, having said that, I do kind of have a Punisher rule, but I might have to break that tonight. I might have to get over that hump. Um, I think my biggest, I guess, if you could call it fear, is I guess it's more me. I kind of expect that maybe people are gonna think they're gonna get a Mike Zeck Punisher from John Beatty because I inked the series, which is not true. You're gonna get a John Beatty Punisher, which I don't draw like Mike, so sometimes. Sometimes I have done them. It's not that I completely haven't. I just kind of I feel like the expectations are maybe somewhere where they're not. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how I feel. Um, Try to keep these. I should actually time myself. Not that I want to um, speed up the process unnecessarily, but I do want to keep them within reason.
Well, I will keep track for you.
Okay, let's
You
kind of keep an idea about what the average is. I would, uh, some of them are, of course, Ron, going to be, is they're just going to be what they are.
mhm.
They're going to take a little longer than other ones, but I'd like to keep them somewhere around 30 to 40 minutes. So you might want to give me a little nudge and go like, hey, it's half hour. You know,
Yeah, I can give you 10 minutes in, 20, 30 in.
no, don't do that. you can
Okay. Too
you can
much
give me,
pressure.
yeah, too much pressure. What I was gonna say is what I'm trying to think. Uh,
Half
what
hour
would
mark.
Yeah, you could just say, okay, it's been 30 minutes, and I can see where I'm at. Like I said, I think most of you that have watched watched me draw, um, uh, know that I'm very picky about what I want out. So
No, they'd definitely be getting good pieces.
yeah, even for my quick ones, I don't I don't like horrible drawings to get out. On fast ones, I do have to take some certain shortcuts and stuff, but hey, it's a little bit of the price you got to pay for the value that hopefully less expensive drawing will allow you to afford.
Well, Cass is in the room. He says, "Good evening, y'all. Is this JB Punisher?"
Not this one right now. This is the symbiote Spider-Man that I know I'm going to get one of these every time I do this. I'm going to get one. I have two requests right now, but the uh, Sean uh, requested. That's why I asked for alternates. When I put the tweet in the Facebook post out today is because I knew I would get multiple Black Spider-Man choices. So just trying to mix it up a little bit and make it a little more interesting for myself and for the viewers so that we don't get bored just doing Black Suit Spider-Man heads all night.
But the Punisher you are going to be doing, it's going to be in your stylings.
Um, I'll see how it goes, and I might attempt it. How's that for a non-answer?
That's good. I think that's kind of what he was trying to see what was going on. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it today, but that Hulk Kaz got is awesome.
Yeah, you mentioned it a few times. And that was one I step out on a limb, and I even said at the end of the cast that I was going to read at the end of the cast at the live cast that I was going to redo it, but I wanted to see if Dr. Kaz liked it first, and I believe he did. So I did not get that out in the mail today, but there's always tomorrow, and it takes a week to go so far to him anyway. That's just incredible. I mentioned that to the postal people today, and I know the girl who works at my post office where I go, and she had mentioned that she too, uh, even mailing her mother something that's somewhere local here in Florida, and then mailing her friend something that is quite a distance away. Her friend got hers like quite a few days, maybe a week before her mom did. So the post office is not playing favorites. They just can't get their stuff together. I don't know if you saw the tweet by Walter Simonson, or maybe it was a Facebook post, wasn't a tweet, where John Workman letters his work, and they only live about 50 miles apart. And it took like over a week for Walter to get pages back so he could tighten up pencils and start inking. So something up with the post office.
Now, is that more of a recent thing or ongoing?
You know, I think it's recent. I mean, I know during the holidays, that's one reason I don't like to ship art because, well, one of the reasons. Another one is the way they handle mass amounts of packages. You know, everyone sees videos, they get slung, they don't get handled properly because everyone's in a rush. Um, so I usually don't like to send till after the holidays if possible. Uh, Sometimes if it's a gift though, gotta send it. And you know, the weird thing is a lot of people, I can send it different ways, but the cost of the shipping becomes a real factor, and nothing I can really do about that. You know, if they want me to send it uh, USPS, which is fine with me, then the best I can do is send it out, get them a tracking number. If they want insurance, put insurance on it, and hope for the best. So, uh, yeah, it's kind of frustrating though, both for me and the receiver.
You got another comment that said, Hulk good, Kaz like. You guess who that's from?
Mike Cross.
Oh, the doctor.
Oh, okay. I thought someone else had came in the room. Well, thank you, Dr. Kaz.
Did you see Zablo posted up on IG?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he
I
finally put up five things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he hadn't posted anything. You know what? I've been neglecting IG. Um, and I really like it. It's just you know what? I think the reason is I got behind on just looking at stuff. And so I'm afraid to go on there now because I'll be scrolling forever. It'll be like that infinity scroll.
I'll just fight the urge to go back.
Well, what I used to do with Instagram is in the morning, you know, my alarm would go off. It's on my phone. I would pick it up, and I'm usually awake, so I would just I would check Twitter, I would check Facebook real quick, and then I would go to Instagram and scroll through it. And then, Instagram is one of those things where it can get really busy overnight depending on how many people you're following. And I think I'm following around 300 to 400 people and or businesses, and then you got the ads and stuff. And so I was trying to stay on top of it by checking like morning, then in the afternoon, and then before I went to bed. And that would usually be a nice routine. And man, you fall out of it and you get behind. And what I like about Instagram too is it's got that little "you're all caught up" feature
Yes.
where it shows you, you left off, and boom.
Just scroll down till you see that, and you're good.
Yeah, but right now I haven't checked it. When Jacob got sick, I was like, I haven't checked it since probably sometime last week.
So if you start now, you can be back to streaming next week.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Hey,
I,
so Kaz says, no rush. You can send bulk at the end of the month for
okay,
shipping.
all right, sounds good.
And then Don R came in the room and says hello.
Hey Don, how you doing tonight? I sent out your Two Face today. You
I
should have
think
that. You should have that in a month.
your head's going a little on the camera.
Is it okay? Showing my quaff or something
I
like that, right?
I thought Mysterio was coming in with a puff of smoke.
There you go. Yeah, let me check. No, I think I'm okay. That that might be good. I think someone comes in here and changes my camera. It's my Keebler elves at night.
AG's in the room, says hello.
Hey, good evening, AG. I try.
Don is
Go ahead.
sorry. Don
I,
was also saying you can ship. No worries.
yeah, it's already shipped though. Yours went out. I just did Kaz's and Tater's this morning. I like to get them shipped out because if I sit on them too long, it it really becomes an all day chore and not just a morning making labels and putting stuff together. Okay.
So were you able to stay on track with your diet going through being with Jacob being sick?
No. No, I've pretty much decided that uh, that diet will start February when I go to that first convention. Believe it or not, it's going to be easier to do it there because we'll have to be eating like at the hotel restaurant or something, and I can just like order a salad.
That makes sense.
And you know, like this weekend was pretty much, you know, devoted to getting Jacob. So everything was pretty much hurry, 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 hurry. There wasn't much. Wasn't much time for relaxing. Watched a little bit of. I watched till halftime. I didn't finish the Rams Saints game, but I did see the illegal hit. I did see that, and I really didn't think the Rams were going to come back and win it, so I kind of lost interest in that. And at 14 to nothing at halftime with the Chiefs and the Patriots, I pretty much lost hope with that too and neglected it and then fell asleep for a while, woke up, opened up Facebook, and everybody was talking about, you know, well, there's the call, there's the Brady call. And I was like, oh no. I just cringed. And then when I looked at the final score, I was like, well, man, they made it close. Apparently that quarterback they got, he's only 23, but um, I guess he's a real talent.
So Brady was saying after the game, he told the Chiefs people, all he did was want to go talk with that quarterback. So they helped escort him off the field, avoiding press and his family and everybody else to go talk with that quarterback.
I heard that. I I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I
It's
guess.
good.
I guess. I don't know. I My dislike for Tom Brady runs strong. I think honestly, I think he's a phony. I think he's like that, wants to put on a good front for the camera, but deep down, I think doesn't that sound horrible? I'm just, I'm,
A little, a little.
I'm just a horrible thinking person, but it's just hard for me to trust Belichick or him. Seems like they're always, sneaky. And I think a lot of it has to do is I never liked Brady's attitude from day one.
Well,
He just
AZ says he's ready for some baseball.
Well, I wish I was more of a baseball fan. I used to always watch the World Series when I was younger. It kind of held my attention, but um, it's I never really followed a team in baseball except when I was younger and I played. I played catcher. That was the position I finally really liked, and so I followed the Cincinnati Reds because I like Johnny Bench. Um, but it never really, you know, I think the sport besides football that I followed the most that was kind of surprising is when I moved over to Orlando, since they had the Magic there locally. Um, I started watching basketball, and at that point, Charles Barkley was still playing, and I really began to like Barkley, and still do. I think he's a really interesting personality.
Was he still playing on the Suns at that time?
Yeah, that's where I picked him up at. He had just moved to the Suns from the Sixers, and so I was in Orlando when he threw the guy through the glass in Orlando. I remember reading about that incident when he was downtown, and apparently somebody kept bothering him, and so he just picked him up and threw him out a window. And there was a lot of hoop to do or whatever you want to call it about that. But hey, I get it. It's like he was wanting some private time, and a guy was they'd either lost or something. I don't know, or maybe they won, and Barkley was out at one of the local bars or whatever, and some guy wouldn't leave him alone, and Charles kept apparently told him, please don't bother me. The guy kept ragging him. I guess when that happens, you think it's some fan looking to make a quick buck, and who knows, he maybe did get a few dollars.
Well, maybe after being thrown through a window.
Yeah, I guess it was a bit excessive.
So, AG says he's a longtime Cubs fan. He loves listening to the games on the radio while he does his drawing and his art.
Now I could see that, because you, baseball to me is one of the most boring sports to watch.
Agreed.
But but I could see the attraction of the radio, where you have the guys, they have to make it interesting. So if you get some good announcers, I could almost see it being a better like radio
Yeah,
sport than visual.
I agree with that too.
Although, and then you could watch the highlights, like if there's a triple play or double play or grand slam or something, then you just go to Sports Center and catch everything and all the games, all the highlights of the games. And what do they have, a 90-second thing or something where the best plays of the day or something? The incredible catches, the home runs, or should I say the dingers?
As a kid, I remember trying to listen and catch the games on AM radio.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really funny because now that you mention AM radio, and you know, you probably don't remember a transistor radio, but I do, and I remember having one, and man, it was we'd keep that kind of in the pocket because they were big, but not that big, and you could just carry it around town, and if you were close enough to a station, because FM wasn't all the rage at that time, you could pick up maybe music, news. You're always going to get news on the radio. In fact, it's really weird. I can't remember uh, if I mentioned this morning or not, but I think I did. I think I touched on it this morning when I woke up. It was kind of a lazy morning. I wasn't in a hurry, um, but I was in the bathroom and I was getting ready, and I was just like, Um, I was like, back in the day, before my day, they had more time than, well, not more time, but they had less distractions, I guess, than I had when I was growing up, or let's not even when I was growing up, but when I was, let's say, in my 20s, when I was working in comics on a monthly book. There people still had more time because there was less distractions. I had some, but not as much. And I look at some of what people have accomplished in their lifetimes, and some people that have died at an early age, even some artists, and I look at the body of their work, and I'm just like, man, how did they do all this? And they were like, oh, what is it like? What's the age? The musicians like Jimi Hendrix and uh, uh, drawing a blank on the Doors singer now. They
Jim
were all like,
Morrison.
yeah, weren't they all like 27 or something?
Yeah, yeah.
And it seems like they're bigger than life, and they had all these great things in such a short period of time, and it's like it's going to sound morbid, but it almost sounds like they lived more life in those 27 years than I've lived in 57. Does that make sense? Does that, you know what I'm saying?
I think I get where you're coming at.
I mean, I don't mean it to sound like, like I'm regretting being alive. It's just, I'm like, wow, I think it was just, you didn't have a phone, just like when my sister called me this afternoon. I didn't have a phone, you know, right here next to me where anybody can call at any minute. It's like you got a you got a phone call when you got home, or if you had to make a phone call, you went to a payphone, and it wasn't the norm, but now it is. And I'm not angry at it. I just think it's interesting to think, how much time. I really would. I would like to, and I know it's impossible, but I would like to try to unplug for a week and see if I could. But I kind of think I would not. I'd be like Jacob. Wouldn't last long. I'd be jonesing.
It sounds fantastic, though.
It doesn't it? And I mean, I just started having these thoughts, and this morning it really hit me hard. I think it was because I was, Jacob was feeling better. We had him to the doctor. He, no flu, no whatever. And so I think I was just, kind of breathing my own sigh of relief, um, that that it wasn't anything horrible. It just made him feel very uncomfortable, which in turn, as a father, made me kind of suffer with him. So anyway, just kind of one of those weird, you know, well, I guess it's not weird. It's just one of those things that you begin to think about, man, if I didn't have this thing in my pocket, or, wherever you carry your device, your mobile device. But it's, you know, on the other hand, if you don't have one, you can, of course, miss out on work opportunities or other things. So catch 22, right?
Well, I agree with AG here. He says that, in his opinion, cell phones are both one of the best and worst inventions we've had.
Yep. I'm right there with you. I can I can agree with that.
Well, people expect that now. Why didn't you answer my text, or why weren't you at the phone? You should be
Right.
there at every given moment for me.
I know. I know it. And that's kind of the thing. It's like they're great for an emergency. I mean, if you're stranded in the middle of nowhere and break down, and well, You got to hope you got a signal, Ron.
I can signal, make a fire, smoke.
Well, that's true. But I mean a literal signal. You can't, if you get out there in one of your dead areas, up in the wooded areas, you're going to,
It's about 20 minutes.
yeah. And the way you drive, that's a lot of mileage.
That's 20 miles, sir.
1 mile an hour?
60 miles per hour. So
Oh,
20,
yeah. What
20
am
miles.
I thinking?
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm thinking, mm, don't know if I don't really want to go around this whole head. I'm trying to think of a clever way to start the spider sense thing. Let me just think about that for a minute. So what I'm doing here on this one is just basically, putting in a black background against the white and then the black in the front, just kind of doing a quick, um, it's, a typical little comic book trick where you layer your blacks and whites and alternate them. Black, you get the black in the foreground, you got the white, and you got the black again. Kind of repetitive thing, but good design. Or so they say. That's what I've been told. So I think I will. Okay. So see, this one is, I'm right at the time where this one should be about done at a half hour, right? Maybe a little, well, we didn't start right at 7, so I'm going to say
No,
right
you're
at a
under.
half hour. Yeah.
Yeah. You were
Well,
you were starting your sketch. It was about 7:06, 7:07 when you told me to. So you're pretty close, half
okay.
hour. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, for something like this, I should be. Um, but I can still add just a few quick things in it to make it pop a little bit without spending too much time. And so, and still make it look nice, hopefully. And that's where, you guys have seen this brush before. Come in. Uh, Now I got to work around the wet areas. This one that makes it look like I brushed in a lot of lines when it's really not that many strokes. The old Filbert, a nice soft brush that does a lot of work with. There we go. Kind of give it something like that. Let me check my monitor. That's kind of my guide nowadays. I like seeing stuff on a monitor and stuff. And we're gonna give a couple of these.
Don says that's one heck of a quick sketch.
Well, thank you, sir. It actually was quick. I have spent more time on them, as you all well know. So, wow. So, just got a notification that Chris Somney finally followed me back after all these years. One of my favorite new breed comic artists. He did run on Captain America, and he's over DC now, and I'm not sure what he's going to be doing. Uh, it'd be interesting. I think he's probably going to be working on Batman, but that's just a educated guess. No knowledge behind that.
Better late than never.
Yeah, I know. All right. I think the only thing I'm having trouble with is this kind of stuff drives me crazy is I want this blend to be just a little bit more dark. Okay. Uh, Ron, you're just going to have to get on to me. Who did I?
With
Oh, it was funny. Who was it that I know what I want? I think I know what I want. I'm going to echo this angle up on his forehead. See this angle? I'm going to make it kind of a similar blend out that way instead of the way I was trying to do it because I think it'll work better with these lines and that. And now I'm just picking too much. No, I think I was somewhere. It may have been. Well, you heard Mike Cross today, I think, or maybe
I
you didn't
did.
read.
I
Maybe
was thinking that. Yeah,
you didn't read his comment. Like my quick sketches are like 4 days or something. Because
I did. I saw that.
yeah, it's a curse. All right, so there we go for Killian. Let me get it. Little little spider things coming up there. That should work. All right. Rinse this brush out, and now
AG says he'll be back. He's, I think, going to dinner. It's
it's his
chicken time.
dinner. All right. I had some fried chicken tonight myself. I don't know if you're having fried or grilled or what, but enjoy, AG, and we'll probably be here when you get back unless I bang these out in like 10 minutes each.
I
That'd
think
be
you can do it. You can do it.
well, I can try. All
Have you
right.
seen those art challenges where they're like uh 1 minute, 10 minutes, 1 hour?
Yeah, I've seen that guy. What's he go by? The box office artist or something? Okay, I know one that might. It got a request for a Moon Knight. Now that can be very interesting graphically. Um, and that is coming in from. Let's see, Chris. He said a Doctor Doom or a Moon Knight. I'm gonna opt for that Moon Knight. Um, got a little idea here. If I can find. Of course, it's on the floor, right, Ron? It's got to be on the floor.
Everything's always on the floor.
Yeah.
Not in your office, just in life.
No, I'm in my office. I'm trying. Ron, maybe you can help me while I'm kind of sketching out the the head and stuff. I know his cape goes down and then it ties, but then does it does it really open up? Uh, it does open up somewhere, right?
You mean for his face or below?
Below. I know it's kind of like a hoodie.
And it just goes down to a point over his
Yeah, but
brow.
right, and then you see his eyes, but it's got a somewhere around here, like at the bottom of his neck. Is it a half moon that holds it open and then it it opens back up?
He has a moon on his chest, and it looks like it's just going around his neck.
So his cape is just kind of like Batman's. It's like a cowl type of deal. Because I know Moon Knight is kind of the answer to, you know,
Yeah,
he's like the mirror. Well, Doug Minch wrote Batman and he created Moon Knight, so it's it was kind of Doug before he started doing Batman at DC. He created Moon Knight so he could, you know, basically have a Batman character at Marvel. That's my story, and I'll stick to it until Doug says, Beatty, that's wrong, which he could easily do. But I loved the character. I loved Moon Knight. When I first saw it, I forget what it was in the back of a black and white magazine.
Joe is in, says hello.
Who's that?
Joseph.
Oh, hey, Joseph. So no clasp here, huh? Just straight out
Just going around his neck like
like Batman, right? Just a
yeah.
cowl. Because I thought he had like a he's got the crescent moon on his chest, and like he said. All right, well, see what we can do here. Perfect. All right, let me get a point on my pencil here. Grind down.
So Don R says he's got to head out. See you later.
All right, Don, take care. Thank you very much for stopping in, buddy.
Joseph asks, working on some Moon Knight right now?
Yep.
Question mark.
Yes. I'm going to take a little bit of liberties here. Kind of. Need to get rid of that. And we will put the crescent moon in here. I'll tell you when this, I think, was a perfect vehicle for Sienkiewicz to really kind of start his career on, because the stories that Doug was writing, he really he really gave Bill a lot to work with, and Bill took it, um, took them and ran with them, just made them gorgeous. Kind of fearless, you know. Um, I think by the time Moon Knight got its own book, I don't think Bill was really concerned about, because he was kind of launching his illustration career at the same time, and he blended the two together so well, um, that it really made for, you know, just a nice mesh of the two. So it was something that, you know, that he could really leverage and use well. So what I'm going to do here is I might come back to this. Is the one I'm probably going to come back and add some white splatter to it. In the end, and as you can see, I've kind of dropped the brush pen again. I just don't seem to get the same control. So I'm kind of tired of fighting it. Some people can make that thing work like a charm, and for me, it's like I'm, I'm I might be over it. I've tried, and I get mixed results. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, okay, and nothing wrong with the one I did. It's just I'm so used to the natural brush that I think I would have to spend too much time learning to do what I can already do with this brush. So what's the point? Well, I'll tell you what the point is. The point is with that brush pen, I could take it anywhere, and I still could. I mean, I can use it. It's just if I'm here, I would rather, I think, use my good old number 2 or 3 and ink from the bottle.
So I've been Googling some of the best places to eat in Charlotte.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you. One of them you have to hit Mert's Heart and Soul Food. That's got to be on there.
Don't remember seeing it, but I'm going to Google it now.
But they did put in some, and I haven't been to them because, but Zablo and Mike Cross and them had some newer diners, but they're kind of far out of the way, and I didn't have a car, and I didn't want to get involved in it, so they went to this one diner twice. They went one night, and then they liked it so much they went back the other time. But Mertz is usually on everyone's at least eat there once. Once during the show. If you can get in. Sometimes it gets really crowded.
Okay, I'm sold.
On Mertz.
Those pictures look good.
Oh yeah. And that cornbread is, oh man. You get your own little loaf.
Diet be damned.
Yeah, I know it. Well, you just be good up to that day, up to the show. Hey, I just had an interesting idea for a contest, Ron.
I'm all yours. Lay it on me.
All right. Because I would like to get more comments in the comment section, I'm thinking, what could be easy to do that would generate more comments, and I would give people time that aren't watching it live, but I would like to. Here's what I'm thinking. If you leave a comment below and tell me your favorite sketch from tonight, um, and I would run it for, maybe let it go for a week so that people that have to catch up on a stream or something or just come across it.
And you'll tweet this out too, right?
Yeah, definitely. If they go into the comments and just, what was your favorite sketch tonight and why? And then I would just enter everybody who left a comment into I don't think you've seen that picker thing, have you? Just the randomizer.
I have not.
So basically it just you put the usernames in, and that person that left that comment would get a free sketch of their choice. That would help me generate more comments, I think, if they get a chance at a freebie.
I think it would. That's a heck of a deal.
All it cost them is a minute or two to leave a comment like, hey, I thought this was good, and maybe I'm trying to think, besides just their favorite one, um, maybe who they would like to have drawn, so that if they get picked, um, I would kind of know. Although that might be too much pressure. They might not know at the time. They might change their mind. But I like the idea. I like it a lot. I think I'll have to tweet that out, and then. So those of you that are listening to it, feel free after the stream to note who your favorite quick head sketch was tonight. And now some people might just do it, so I want to make sure they want to be entered in for a free drawing. So I guess that would be the other thing, you know, have like a secret ward or something that they could they could put in that means, or they could just put, here's who I like to list me. You know what I mean? Or enter me, you know.
Yeah. Enter me for and their character they like, character they want you to
Well,
draw.
and yeah, and like I said, I would let it go for about a week. I'd next week I would say, okay, comments are off. Well, not off, but the contest is going to be, I would do it on Twitter, Facebook, just put it out there. I'll have to remember to do that, and then I'll have to also remember to pick a winner. So like I said, those of you who are watching, uh, you got a little bit of a kind of a head start. You can leave a comment when this stream is done, and it. I know some of the longer ones take a little bit of time to show back up uh, on the YouTube channel. I even get that. I can't even go watch my whole video again from start to finish. I have to wait until it's done processing. Now that's usually on the real long ones, like maybe, 3, 4 hours, which this one could wind up going to. But all it takes is a comment. Which was your favorite sketch? And if you want to elaborate or not, that's fine. Yeah, whatever. And just let me know if you want to be trying to think of what would be a fun. Maybe Dr. Kaz can help us on the word for, you know, the word to be entered, kind of like a secret word. Kaz, if you got anything, type it in. The password is Jared. Now this is gonna get black, so don't freak out on these eyes. I'm just giving myself a bigger area. I know it looks weird sometimes when I'm working on something and it hasn't come together completely. It might be a little alarming, but well, we'll come up with something by the end of the stream. I know that we will do a free drawing for somebody. All they got to do, at least for right now, is comment. Tell me who was your favorite character I drew tonight. Perhaps why, if you want to expound a little bit. Maybe you like the character yourself. I guess that's really it. I guess there's no need to force anything else. They could just put, I enjoyed this character, or, good job on this one. Okay, so, oh, you know what? Better give myself a little extra.
All right, so Kaz did come in to give you power words like
Okay.
launch, down 4, register 4, and roll 4. And Tater just popped in and said, "This looks awesome."
Hey, thanks, Tater. How you doing? Trying
Kaz
to.
also
Okay.
Kaz is also recommending a contestant in, obtain, gain entrance to.
Those are good. We'll have to pick one.
Joseph says he agrees with Tater. This Moonlight is coming along great, which I have to agree with all of the rest of the room.
All right, I'm on to something. Now wait till I put the black around him and then inside, and we will have a little bit of fun. And then, like I said, I'm probably going to throw a splatter over him for some stars in the sky. Was one of Kaz's words like "let me in," or what?
No, he said launch. He wants to know what was the question again.
Um, I want to try to get more comments in my videos. I figure let's start with this one, and if it helps me get comments if I have a little contest. So um, if you're so inclined to leave a comment and want to be entered for a free, quick sketch like this, you just name the character that you liked best from the stream tonight, maybe why, if you want to expound on it a bit. And then I was thinking if just so I know that you actually listen to the stream, like have a keyword or something like that that wasn't too much of a giveaway. And then we would just let it run for a week or, maybe the end of the week or something. And that person would then, well, I would put the names in a randomizer and pull their name out and let them have their pick of a free sketch.
Joseph is recommending power word could be Shazam.
Oh, that could be good.
Could be, yeah. Tater says he's honestly never checked into Moonlight much. He's seen him before and thought he looked cool. He likes seeing how this is coming together. It makes him want to go learn about him.
Oh, I love Moonlight. I totally, I really artistically loved what Bill Sienkiewicz did um, on the art. Doug Minch is one of my favorite writers, so this was kind of Doug's. Doug was over at Marvel at the time, and he wanted to write Batman, so he created Moon Knight as Marvel's Batman. I kind of like Shazam, kind of maybe keep with a something that's going to be current, like the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. And then, it doesn't really give anything away, like, enter me. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm
Yeah.
trying to stay away. I want somebody to, I want them to not just like, you know,
You want him to be 60 minutes deep and discover.
yeah. Because anybody could just come in and say, like, hey, I like that. Like, maybe they like the first one. Well, maybe they did, and maybe they just fast forwarded. So I kind of want to, like, not give away the secret ward, so to
Okay.
speak. Makes sense.
Well, it does. You are at around 30 minutes.
Okay.
Now,
And
Joseph came to add in the character background is really interesting. He's got split personality, he believes.
yeah,
He loves the way he looks, but he hasn't really enjoyed the books.
on Moon Knight.
Yeah.
The old ones or the new ones? Because I'm only talking about Moon Knight from the 80s. and even before, like the late 70s and the 80s. The
So
ones
he
that
also
I was
the
going
new
to say
ones.
I was going to say the ones that Doug wrote. Those are the only ones I could really recommend. They
So
they changed a lot. Marvel got, a hold of it and kind of took away some of the magic goodness.
Joseph was making a joke with Shazam, like the mystical Sinbad movie.
No, but I like it because that kind of keeps the movies. What, April?
Well, did you ever see the Shazam when it had Sinbad in it in like the mid '90s or something? Whenever he was quasi popular.
No, I did not.
Well, that's an hour and a half of life that you saved. Good for you. But he was making a joke on that.
But I like it because the new Shazam movie looks kind of entertaining. I
It
gotta
does.
say.
Kaz said, for other options, if you leave a comment, win a free sketch, drawings every Friday, something short and sweet. Joseph is saying that he might have to go check out the old ones then, if you're recommending them.
Oh yeah, the ones that started it all. Go get back to the Epic collections, like Volume One, that had it started out as a black and white backup feature in, I can't remember the book. I think it had like two or three part small story. It was some of Bill Sienkiewicz's first work. His first work was this another story I think that Doug may have written, and it had like lion people in it or something. And Bob McLeod inked it. Joe Rubenstein inked the first one, and I think Bob inked the rest of the Moon Knight stuff. And then when the book got its own monthly title, Bill really exploded art wise. Steve Mitchell, I think, started out as inking, and then once Bill took over all the art, it really got explosive. That's why I don't know if you've seen that. It's very iconic. It's like Moon Knight swinging like in a landscape mode, which is like this, and he's like in between buildings and stuff. I'm sure if there was a way I could show you the drawing, you've probably seen it. And there was also like a story called "Hit It," which has some, you know, as an adult when you read it, and maybe even younger, it's got some double meanings in there with the hit part of it. So, all right, so this is my Moon Knight for now until that dries, and I'll add some. I think I'm going to definitely have to put a little white splatter going on that, and I don't really care if it gets pretty much all over it, because I think it's just going to add. It doesn't necessarily have to be stars. I just want it to have a illustrative, kind of interesting feel to it. I'm feeling arty today, Ron. Have it started out
It's
with Cat.
working.
Well, it started out with Kaz's Hulk. I think it was looking at all that Sienkiewicz artwork this weekend. It kind of wanted me to experiment, loosen up, and kind of exercise my design muscle. So that's kind of where my head's been at. So it's it's nice that I'm kind of getting to exercise that. At least I'm exercising something.
That's right. You'll burn a calorie.
There you go. All right. So now let's see who's on the agenda. I'm Okay, so I got Killian's Black Spider-Man done. I got Chris's Moon Knight done. I do have a Colossus to do. Okay, I'm probably going to need some reference on that. But that can be done. Let me go to my trusty phone. Dun, 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 dun. Coloss. Man, it didn't come up yet. Oh, Colossus Marvel. Let's see what we get. Images. Okay. Kind of nondescript in certain ways. We'll see. Yeah, kind of a flat top haircut. This is that's kind of interesting. That looks like it could be from the Jim Lee era. This is from the that's Dave Cockrum. All right, let's see. Trying not to. I'm killing time here. Trying to find some reference. This is the one hard thing about the character I'm not overly familiar with, but I know he's got just a nice square head, so that gives me something to start with. And he's shiny, and let's see. I could almost see doing him in a profile and looking pretty cool, giving him a nice strong chin. That's nice. Whoever did this. Mm, and that's nice. That's somebody from Art Station. Okay. So I believe I will do a profile. Do I want to do a profile of him or wondering? All right, let's see what I can do here.
Joseph says, "Are all of my characters going to be profile?"
Oh, did you get a profile before? What'd you get before, Joseph? He got the all right, yeah, I cannot do a profile. He got the I just remembered the
Was he
storm.
the storm?
Yeah. The storm kind of needed to because of the mohawk. I like doing her, as a profile because I like playing with the mohawk. Okay. It could have been a theme, right?
He says it's all good. It'd be kind of fun to have a series of profiles.
That's what I was saying, but I already changed it now, so don't want to, don't, I have no idea. I just, from looking at what I had, I thought it would be kind of interesting, but I still want to play with this really, even stronger than Captain America jawline. So no problem. Joseph does, or Joe, does he? I'm the little bit of reference I have out when he's metal. And maybe it's just this one drawing here. I've got more, but maybe you can tell me right off the bat. Um, I'm not seeing any, and maybe it's just a newer version, but I'm not seeing any of these drawings when he's metal where he actually has like uh, his pupil or anything. It's like the eye is just kind of open. Would that be correct? I didn't see anything with a.
He says it looks that way.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't see any iris or pupil or anything. It seems like when he's in his metal form, it's gone. I guess it visually it does look kind of more interesting. Um, who I always thought did a really good Colossus was Art Adams.
I've enjoyed following him on IG since you told me to check him out.
I told you, isn't that like some incredible stuff? All the process shots and the detail he's got going on. It's just,
I'm just going through finding out who you're watching and then checking it out.
yeah, that's why I told you. Just, you know, that's the best way to kind of get, and then, after a while, once you follow those people, you'll get suggestions from who you're following. Have you got that yet in your IG?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's helped me find a few people.
Is there a Mark Morales?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a anchor friend of mine.
Yep. Been following him now.
Yep. He's really good. Mark's a good guy.
Steven is in the room. He says, "Hey everyone, it's been a while."
Hey, Steven, how are you doing? Back to school now? Had a day off yesterday, I believe.
He's still celebrating the Patriots' victory.
Oh, wait a minute. It's
he
that
didn't.
guy.
He didn't say that.
He came in like on the DL.
He did say, "Yep, we did. Go Pats."
What do you think about that ticky tack call? He probably loved it, right? Better than the snowplow game because it got him to the Super Bowl, and the snowplow game didn't. Just gave him a victory.
The four fingers.
The light touch. Was that a four-finger touch? Is that what he was saying?
That's what I was saying. I think it is a four-finger touch. I don't even think he got a thumb in there. Steven did say that it was better than the Saints call, which, yeah, I have to agree with Steven there.
You know, when I saw that hit, and I was even shocked they didn't throw a flag. You know, because they had the camera; it was coming right at the TV, and I was just like, he didn't even play the ball. You know,
He just straight up tackled him.
I know he helmet to helmet too. It wasn't even, you know. I mean, even if he was on him, he still went in with his helmet, and that's one of their big no nos now. Hey, go figure. What are you gonna do? Cry? It's all right. I'll be in Texas when the Super Bowl's being on, so at a convention. I don't have to suffer through it. Although the show will be over. The Super Bowl is on Sunday night, right?
Yeah, it's usually around 6:30 or something.
Yeah, I
Sunday.
guess the show will be over, and wherever we go to eat, I'm sure it'll be playing.
Well, what is Texas going to be like? 1 hour or 2 hours behind?
1 hour behind.
1 hour.
Yeah.
So it's being played in Miami, right?
No, Atlanta. I thought it was Miami too.
Atlanta.
Yeah. Did we have it maybe last year?
I don't remember. Maybe it's coming up.
I was like you this whole year. I was thinking it was this year. Maybe maybe we were both really wrong.
Next year. Yeah, yeah.
Next year, is it?
Next year.
Okay. Well, that's good because Miami will be in it next year. They can win it at home. You know,
It's
you don't ever want to lose the Super Bowl if you're playing it at your home stadium, right? I mean, that would be the worst. When did that's had to happen, right? Or maybe
it
not.
may have the next six Super Bowl cities. So Atlanta 2019, Miami 2020, Tampa 2021. So hey, we can catch a couple of them.
Wow.
LA 2022, Arizona 2023, New Orleans 2024.
Hmm. Well,
And this will be Miami's 11th Super Bowl that they're hosting.
who has hosted more than that? Anyone?
No, no.
Yeah.
Everybody loves to play in Miami except
I,
the Dolphins. Except the
yeah.
Dolphins. You know?
Yeah, they should move them up to Central Florida or something.
Steven said you're going to be out of that show just in time to watch Tom win his sixth.
No.
And
No.
we have the Pro Bowl.
Great. Nobody watches that.
Speaking of soft touch, no, nobody watches the Pro Bowl.
Speaking of soft touch, what, did Jared come in the room?
No, the Pro Bowl.
Oh,
'Cause it's all soft touch. It's flag football. It's lame.
yeah, I know. They're just
We
there for a little extra paycheck, a little extra bonus at the end of the year.
we had it last year, didn't we? Also at Orlando Camping World.
I don't know. I think you're right, though.
I want to say it was right before I went to a Metallica concert last year.
Now that you mention it, it kind of does ring true, but it's been so long ago. Tell you what, though, that kid, the quarterback for the Chiefs, he sure does look like he's got a future, doesn't he? Amazing arm.
Man, those Patriots were rushing him and putting some pressure on him.
Yep. Okay, I'll make a deal with Steve. If if the Patriots win, will he get a hold of Tom Brady and tell him, okay, you just please retire. You go out on a high note.
Well, that's what Tom announced. If he wins his
Oh, he did?
yeah, if he wins this year, he's going to retire.
Hmm. Now, see, I didn't know he came out and already said that. Or did he say that? When did he say that?
Uh,
Recently? Like just, with
okay,
this
so
win?
I'm taking it from my buddy told me this, so it may not be true.
Hmm.
Steven would be able to tell us. Steven says no. He said he's going to play till he's 45.
Good luck. Well, I guess he will have good luck because they don't let no one even touch him, let alone hit him. I'll get out there and play. I'd like to hit him one time. Ron, would you like to take a go at him?
No,
Hmm. I think you're a closet Patriots fan. Come on, you can't like him.
I have nothing against him.
He's a Patriot.
Now I'm
Or
hearing an echo.
are you?
Yeah,
I'm not hearing one. That is true what Steven just wrote. In the new NFL, you can't touch the quarterback. You checking your because I don't hear an echo. I'm good.
I don't hear an echo when you're speaking. Just myself.
Okay, I'm trying to think what could be causing that.
Is anyone else hearing it? No, you can't touch the quarterback.
Well, you should be able to, but they're making football. I'm saying just put flags on them, let them play. Then you'd be looking for the fastest guys, not necessarily the biggest and hardest hitting.
Then we might as well be watching soccer.
Yeah. Although then the fans take their life into their hands. Yeah, it's like you get squashed up against a fence. Ron, you've probably been hit harder at a heavy metal concert in the mosh pit than Tom Brady's ever uh, been hit and not had a penalty called, right?
Probably true. That or when I did taekwondo or wrestling. Yeah,
Or, yeah. Who was it? Oh, I know who it was. Uh, it was from Denver when Von Miller kept really aggravating Brady, and you could tell Brady was breaking down because his guys could not protect him from Von Miller.
he
I
did
think
take that hit that took out his knee,
Yep.
2008 season.
Who, Brady?
Yeah, I don't think Von Miller was around in 2008
Yeah, but I'm not talking then. I'm talking in the was it the Super Bowl game or a playoff?
for his knee.
No, Von Miller when he was making Brady run all the way around, they were double teaming him and everything, and I think he sacked him 3 times in one game, or maybe it was two alone and one assist. This was within the past, I'll say, 3 years. Did they play the Broncos for the Maybe I'm thinking the Panthers,
The
Denver.
Panthers, yeah, going after Cam Newton, that Super Bowl.
Yep, I think that's what I was just wishing it was Brady. That Von Miller, because I think he got the MVP. He played like just an incredible game.
Oh, Steven says he also did that in the AFC Championship when it was Denver against New England.
Who, Von Miller?
Yep.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, he had two great games. The one to the championship and then in the Super Bowl. I mean, he was just like, you know, that's right. He was like the guy that just couldn't be stopped. Could not be stopped. Well, what does Vegas have the line at for the Super Bowl now? I know they probably already have it ready.
Spread to Patriots 3.
Wow, that's not much.
Make sure. It's a few different sites here. -3.
Do they have other things there, like who's going to score first? What's the you can bet on almost anything in the Super Bowl, like who's going to score first, uh, turnovers, over under.
I don't see any of that on this site. But I really don't know what I'm looking for.
Well, usually if you're on a site, they would have everything listed if they're, you know, if they're going to take bets on the game. It's just interesting sometimes to see because with those two teams, truthfully, and I know they even have like who's going to win the coin toss. That's how people get in trouble with gambling because somebody could easily rig. Do you remember? I forget what game it was, so you probably don't because I don't. But you might have a better recall on it. But I, I really believe it was a Super Bowl, and the team called the like heads, and the coin came up heads, and the ref said tails, and I want to say it may have been the Tampa Bay, and they were actually like almost ready to line up, and then somebody brought it to the attention. They finally they went back and looked and realized that you know Tampa had made the right call and the coin falled right, or however it worked. They did the opposite.
Well, Steven says the Pats were favored 1.5 and that he has got to go. He said good night.
Good night, Steven. Thanks for coming by. We still love you, bro.
And I do not remember that game.
The game with the bad coin toss,
Yep.
or man, that's that was the end of refereeing. That's when they got really bad. When they can't even look at a coin and go, yeah, it's funny because they want the players, make sure this is head and this is tails, and then they get it wrong. Maybe it was just a regular season game. I thought it was a more important game though, but it may not have been. But it's just funny. I mean, it's so messed up. So well, I guess Steven will find out. We forgot to mention the contest to him. So are we going to go with Shazam as the
Shazam.
okay? Shazam will be the secret word that you have to put in with your comment to be qualified for a free drawing. I like to say it that way. A free drawing. Ron, you heard how much better Jacob sounded, right?
He is sounding a lot better.
Yeah. he was like, it was so funny because I handed him the phone and he looked at me like, "What? What do you want me to do?"
That's okay. I was thinking the same thing.
I know.
Like socially awkward people.
I was trying to shove some chicken in my mouth, and I was like, so was Jacob though. Bella was feeding him, and it was funny. I was just like, Jacob, say hello to Ron. I just wanted, because you had talked to him yesterday and asked him how he was feeling.
Well, he
And
definitely
and
sounded better.
and you know what? You were so right about what you said when he said he can't wait to see his teacher.
Mm-hmm.
He does have a little uh, you know little girlfriend there he's missing, but we don't discuss that. I told him that's the guy rule.
So AG is how many sketches tonight? 5.
5.
Ken Carson is in. He says Shazam.
All right. How you doing, Ken?
He may need to hear what you were talking about,
Who?
Ken.
Oh, uh, okay. So for those of you just coming in the room, I'm gonna do a drawing for a free drawing because I haven't done any freebies in a while, and um, so what I want anybody that's interested in being entered for the free drawing, it's two things you have to do when this stream is ended and it's back up and rolling. Um, just want you, and we'll review the drawings at the end. So if you miss it, you can always come back and rewatch it. Um, just let me know which drawing was your favorite and why. And if it's just because you like the character, that's fine. If you liked what I did with it, that's fine too. But just, a little bit of a reason. And then the keyword to be entered for the free drawing is Shazam. And you can say it either like Goober or like the movie coming out in April. So that's it. And then I guess sometime, maybe Friday, uh, I'll probably be streaming sometime during the day and I will put everybody's name. Maybe I'll try a Friday night get together. I don't want to bite off more than I can chew, so I got to see how things go. But maybe I can get a gaggle of people together. And if you don't think you can make it Friday, list the character. Just name the character you would want me to do for you in your comment. After Shazam, put equal, like an equal sign. Well, I guess it's getting kind of complicated, isn't it? If you know who you would want.
Equal sign, backslash, forward
Yeah.
slash, colon.
Close bracket, close your tag. Uh, now just if you know the character you would want, just put it like somehow after Shazam. And because what I might do is just do it Friday night. Just do one drawing Friday night, do the drawing, do it Friday night. That could be kind of fun and easy. So, yeah, comment. What was your favorite character of the evening? Why? If you care to expand. And Shazam. And hopefully you'll be in the room. If not, If you do remember to leave the character you would like me to do, I will do it Friday night. If not, maybe I'll just work on a drawing and have something to do. I can always draw something.
You're approaching 40 minutes.
All right. Yeah, I knew this one would take a bit of time.
Joseph says it's coming along nicely.
Yeah, I like this. I'm having a good time with it. Thanks for the compliments, Joe. Appreciate it very much. It's not every day I do Colossus, so it's a new character for me to get to do. I thought about penciling some of these out before the stream, but I kind of like to let y'all, you know, see me actually drawing them too. So I decided just to do them, just to pencil and ink them live, not have any pre-done. Because that's part of the fun, I think, is getting to watch.
So David is in. He says he's looking forward to checking out the Spider-Man replay later tonight.
All right, David, appreciate that. Basically, what we got done was I tightened up the drawing a bit, got the spider put on. I've got to get some hand reference so I can make the hands look correct in that position, and then tighten up where I'm going to put the blacks in and get to inking. I'm going to try to stream it all except for maybe the drawing of the hands, because that could be kind of boring. And tightening up the pencils could be kind of boring. So I might, the next time, I might do that though. I might see, because I'm not going to fill in the blacks, because when I ink something myself, it's kind of redundant to do so. So it might just be going straight to inks after, you know, for part 2. But, you know, at least it'll be a 2-parter. You can kind of see where I took the small drawing. I think you already did see, you know, where I had blown it up to actual size. So basically today I traced it off, made a few corrections, got the spider drawn on his chest and into place correctly. So it's on its way. And Dr. Kaz, if you are still in the audience, I would like to say I think I finally got my confirmation on the Atlanta Comic Con last night. So that is, I believe, in July, towards the end. So I will be there with my exec. Come out and say hello, if you will. Come out and crack my back. Cracking. All right. Does my does it seem like I'm closer, or is it just the way? Let me see. No, for some reason my camera rig is,
Sliding down.
well, I don't know. It's closer than normal, isn't it? Usually you can see the whole little piece of craft paper I got. Yeah, you know what? If I mess with it now,
It's been a good view.
okay. I just know it's not showing the whole, the whole piece like normal. So I'm gonna have to adjust that. All right. So, Colossus. That's the perfect place to stop it because I think he's shiny enough. I don't want to add any more lines that would jeopardize it.
Nope, it is perfect, and you are just under about 50 minutes.
All right. And let's see. I have two left. One is a Captain America and one is a Punisher. So, actually, gonna do a profile on Cap. One of them has to be a profile. Punisher, I've got another. It's kind of gonna be in the same realm as the Moon Knight drawing. Um, I'm gonna recap real quick for those that have maybe just came into the room. So Colossus, uh, the first one I did, of course, was a black suit Spider-Man, and we have a Moon Knight, which is going to get a little bit of splatter put on it. And I don't want to do that right now, though. So, all right. So, question is, do I save the Punisher for last for ultimate fail or ultimate victory?
You can. I mean, you could do Cap with your eyes closed.
Yeah. Hey, now don't jinx me. There was a time I had three goes. I did a mulligan on Cap. How many times?
Well, I've been saying 27, so I look forward to it. I could use 50, 54 of these things. Hey, so Kaz says Atlanta has a Comic Con. Awesome, he's there.
Yeah, just Google Atlanta Comic Con,
And
and
then close the office for the day.
well, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So
He works all those days.
I know.
Backs aren't going to crack themselves.
Well, sometimes they do, but sometimes not in the best of way, right? Get cracking. We do have that ride. Is it Busch Gardens? You would know, Ron, that has that roller coaster, the Kraken.
I don't know. I know I was on one that I definitely could have used his services.
I can't do roller coasters. I'm a wimp. I'm a proud wimp of rides that make me nauseous. Nothing wrong with that, right? Man's got to know his limitations. And I know mine. And it's those motion sickness rides. Hey David, did you come in too late? Or we read the Ron just got fried. Ron?
Can you
Uh-oh.
hear me?
Yeah, you're good. Um, I was just saying, did David hear the rules to the contest, or was it he came in right with um was it Carl? Who was the other person that came in?
Oh, he came in at the same time as Ken.
Ken, did you all hear the rules to the contest for a free sketch?
I clarified it for him.
Oh, did you type it in the?
I did accept the word.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, the word is Shazam. If you want to be listed for a L free sketcho. The password is. Ron, did they have password when you were growing up, or was that too too much of an older game? I thought they brought it back for a while.
We played password. Hey, so Joseph said he's taken off for a bit.
Okay, Joe. Thank you.
He's excited to see how the cap turns out. He hasn't seen a profile done on cap before. It should be good.
All right.
David says, thanks for checking. He will be set to comment after the video's finished.
Perfect. Now it may take a bit of time for the video to re-render, so you might have to come back um, to the channel so it'll show up, because even I can uh, try to rewatch something and it's only given me the last hour or so, which is fine. I think the comments are still there, but sometimes if you don't keep the place, uh, it disappears. If you go to my homepage, it, it it just doesn't show up. It's like kind of a weird thing. And I would like to say, I believe, and maybe you can help me out, Ron, if you can see it. I know I had 145 subscribers. Somebody left a very rude comment on, I don't know if any of you all saw it. I don't know if you saw it or not, Ron, on the Catwoman stream.
Mm-mm.
Just, I mean, it wasn't rude towards anybody personally. It was just, a rude comment. So I just removed it. And then I noticed a subscriber was gone. But last count, so that took me down to 144, but last count it was 146. So I don't know if that's still where it stands or
148.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay, well, good. Maybe the announcement today got a few new people in. I didn't even see that, so I was still thinking 146. 148, good deal. I need to move this ear back a little bit. Then we'll get to the inks. I guess we're going to cap the evening. no, no, no. Now, see, if I was drawing cap last, that would have been perfect. Cap the evening. But I guess we're going to cap the evening with dun 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 dun, the Punisher. And I guess we should, since his season 2 started on Netflix Friday. I have not watched even episode 1 yet. And I'm not
I
sure when. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm pacing myself.
Well, it's kind of good to do that in a way, because I did notice sometimes when I binge, you start to get a little tired, and you're like, wait a minute. You might drift off and not really realize it until you. Have you ever done that, Ron? Have you ever kind of, you know, shut your eyes for a second? Not at the wheel of a car. I think we've all done that. That's the worst way to get woke up, though.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Here, okay. Here is the absolute stupid thing. Grown people. Okay, I'm just gonna shut this eye for 20 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever. Yeah, you know what happens, right? You wind up going, okay, I'm just gonna shut them both for 5 seconds. It's almost like, now I guess maybe that's based on, or maybe they based the Bird Box on. Have you ever done that? Like shut both your eyes just for, you just want to do it for 5 seconds, just to they're dry or something.
While driving, no,
No, never. You
no,
lying.
no,
You
no,
lying
no,
to
no.
me,
I'll speed all day long. I won't close my eyes. I don't want to close my eyes to sneeze.
man. I have to admit, I have done that. I'm not proud of it, but I've done it. I won't do it.
AG,
Yeah, AG's
AG.
done it.
No, no. He wants to know the reason that you're using the red instead of the non-photo blue.
Oh, the non-photo blue, I can't see that well. It is really, in fact, I have a box of those somewhere around here. If I use blue, I go for they have a different blue. I just like the carmine red. Um, but yeah, the non-photo blue is to the point where I just can't see it. It's so light. So I don't know if I ever used them a lot or not anyway. I know I bought a box of them, and I used to draw real lightly, so to speak, with them, and then go back over with red or just regular pencil. But I don't know if it's my vision or what, but it just got to the point where I didn't really, wasn't really able to see what I was drawing anymore. Maybe Chris Somney saw that Hulk drawing today and said, you know what? That's what I like to see. Maybe he was watching my stream. I doubt that. Just kidding. I'm very, very flattered that he would follow me. Been a fan of his work since I first saw it back in probably 2010. He seems like a really nice guy. I think he has two little girls. He works long hours, does beautiful work. Big fan. Well, I do gotta say, for some reason, my camera, my camera, excuse me, must have dropped down a bit, but I'll make an adjustment tomorrow. It's just a little close. Probably gives you all a better view, but I kind of don't like that you can't see the whole picture. So
AG says, and no, I've never closed my eyes while driving. Good for you.
okay, I guess I'm the only person.
Daredevil.
Yeah, there you go. Me and Daredevil. I was the Bird Box before the Bird Box.
Remember that 80s band Kicks?
Kicks, Kix.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
They had that song, Don't Close Your Eyes.
No, I don't. Boy, that
I will now think of you every time I hear that. On Sirius XM channel 39.
Now, what is 39? I know. Is it 32 or 33? Is first wave? I usually listen to that.
It's 80s hair metal.
Oh, okay, that's why I don't know Kicks. Wasn't into the hair. I was more into and I don't like just the 80s channel. It's a little too poppy. But the first wave, that's that and 420. Or it's 42, right? The reggae channel.
42, which is probably also very 420.
Yeah, no, that's why I thought of 420. You would you would know they would have to have 420. You know, I will go out on a limb tonight and say so far I think this is my best sketch night ever. Is that
It's
is
pretty darn good.
No, I mean is that too I'm not trying to be boastful. I'm just saying I feel really good. Um and I think a lot of it has to do with the um constant, more drawing. You know what I mean? The like the daily live draws.
Every piece you've drawn today, I really hoped you didn't like so I could get them. Okay? They were good pieces.
Well, there was a chance if Dr. Kaz didn't like the Hulk that would have been yours. Because like I told you, I there were parts of it I really thought were clever, And then there were a few parts that I thought, oh man, if I just hadn't done that. But overall, I like the energy of the piece. I thought it really projected that like almost a vibrating hulkish feel. And so, you know, it was just a matter of I want to keep the good doctor happy, and he saw what you were trying to do there. He saw you moving in on it.
See, Joseph just came in and he says he didn't have the chance to say it, but the Hulk was really cool.
Well, thank you. I need to really fire up some ink in this so I can get this chin nice and bold. I want this line to be juicy. Come on. Turn with me. I'm coaching the brush. As you can see, I'm talking to it. I know we got a new subscriber, so whoever I can't remember who it was. Are you showing another one, Ron, or is it still at 148? Because sometimes there's a little delay.
I have 148. Let me
Okay.
refresh. Yep, you're at 149.
Well, thank you, new subscriber. I appreciate it very much. Sometimes it will. I think if the people have a channel of their own, it lets me know. Um, and other times, it's just a mystery. I have dreams of like, some of these people that, well, let's just say even 1,000 subscribers. That's a lot, but some people that get like close to 1 million or have 1 million or more, and I'm like, at that point, I don't think they even know if one drops off or not. I don't think they get an exact count. I think when you see like 1 million, it's just I don't think they, you know, I think they go by thousands then. But me, I can still, I can, I can still count by the. I'd say, is it? I guess it would still be single digit. I can still know when someone is around or not.
You got me?
Yep, you're good.
Cat said it was a screaming Hulk. Thank you.
Yes, it was a very screaming Hulk with raw emotion.
Prior to that, he retracted a message, which was probably threats to me to not touch his Hulk piece. I promise you, I won't touch your Hulk piece. Where's Zablo when you need him? That was such a good Trebek joke.
About touching his Hulk piece.
Yo,
Or
once I said it was instant regret. Watch the top of your head.
oh, see, I swear this camera, like, I need to tighten up the arm. I think it's kind of loosened a bit, and I need to, because I can tell, well, it's probably a better view of the art. It's not letting me get the whole image in, which I guess is okay. I mean, you know,
It was a
but
happy mistake.
yeah, but I still kind of like being able to see the whole art. I That's why I kind of like when Jared's on, when he's got his camera pulled back and you can actually see like little bits of stuff on his table. It adds a little personality that's kind of nice, but you know, not that I think I started out that way because I didn't have this nice holder that. Let me see something. I think I need to move it up a little bit. That kind of helps. Um, because remember when I first started, it was on the side of my table, and I was using a different holder, and I had this one, which is really meant for a phone, and so I just put my camera in the kind of the teeth of it into the jaws of death. Well, now now the drawing board's moving on me. I need my wife, Ron. I need her adept skills in figuring out uh, where stuff fits well.
Getting pretty low on your screen.
Oh yeah, thank you. Let me see. I think it was when I. There we go. Yeah, Bella has this uncanny knack of finding the best place for something, and I may not agree with her all the time when she first does it, but once I get used to it, um, I realize that wow, that gave me a lot more room, or that gave me, what I needed, like or if she just cleans, it's like, wow, look at all this space I had or have now, not had. I'm thinking of past tense.
I'm thinking of Step Brothers. You see that movie?
You know what? It sounds familiar. Give me a little more.
Will Ferrell and I can't remember the other guy's name. Um, their parents get together and they're like in their, I don't know, maybe 50s, late 60s. So it's
Yeah.
an adult Will Ferrell and an adult other guy, um, kind of a little slow, still living with their parents, but now they're together. Um, they make
Oh,
bunk beds, so they got all this extra room for activities.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So the one kid's younger by a lot, right?
No,
Or
no,
not? Or they're,
both of them are like 40.
hmm, maybe I don't then,
I'll
but
bring the
that's okay.
DVD. I'll let you borrow it.
And I'm sure it's a good one. A fun time will be had. Now, I probably won't get to watch that till about 2021. Well, I guess there's only one left to do after this, and that would be Mr. Frank Castle. And I'm feeling like of all nights, Ron, this is the night I should try to tackle it, right?
Hey, don't leave the table while you're hot. Is that the saying?
I'm kind of feeling it. Maybe I got something going here tonight. It's worth a shot, you know? I will just say in advance, I'm not Mike Zeck, so it's not really going to be a Mike Zeck Punisher. I think that's my biggest fear is people, I think they're going to think it's supposed to look like Mike since I did ink the miniseries. Okay, I think I can tape this up higher. What is what is going on with my setup? It's almost like it's coming down on me. I love the boldness of that. In fact, I like the boldness of all these.
Mm-hmm.
With the little bit of thin line and then hit it with the thick, really get a nice contrast. I'm gonna go ahead and get some. Since I got so much red on him, I'm gonna go ahead and remove some of it, if not all of it. Well, all of it doesn't really erase up unless I go real hard. I like to leave a little ghosted red for fun, so you can see a little bit of pencil work under there. A little bit of, there we go. All right. And I think I'm safe in doing that to Colossus also. I wanted to, the red almost kind of looks interesting on him a little more, but I'm going to touch it up just a bit. What if Joseph was going like, no, no, keep the pencil on? I think I'm going to leave it on if I leave it on the nose, it's gonna look too fleshy.
Everyone has erasers.
It's true. Okay, we got 10 people watching. I will ask this because I'm not sure. If anybody got cut off today from the 5 that I took, are they interested in tomorrow? Because I'll give you all in advance. I might take another 5 or 3. I'm kind of keeping them in groups that are manageable. Depending upon the characters, I wanted Ron to be able to hit the bed at 10, which he still can, but he might want to watch the Punisher action. I don't know.
Don't worry about me. If it gets too late, I'll cut out.
Okay. Well, let me know if you go though. Don't just like do a Zablo and well, no, Zablo just hangs on until he's snoring.
Yeah.
All right. So put them in order. We started out with a symbiote Spider-Man as usual. I always get a request for at least one, perhaps two of these. Um, Moon Knight. Let me get down so you can see the crescent moon on his chest, and I am going to go back and splatter this. If it gets too late, I might splatter it afterwards. So don't get mad at me because uh, that's just the way it'll be. Colossus and Captain America. Okay, so we face my fear. Yeah.
AG says it is a nice piece. He really likes that side view on the Captain America.
Thank you, AG. I appreciate that. I kind of dig it too. I like doing profiles. Sometimes they're a bit tricky, and I think Captain America works well as a profile. He's got the A, he's got the wing. So it might be a little more interesting than uh, some other characters that you do a profile of. I thought Peter would be a good one, but I forgot that I had done the Storm for Joe as a profile, so I figured I should do a, a front view for him on the Colossus. Okay, people, here we go. Now this one too is going to be dark on purpose. So this is for Sean. I don't think he showed up in the room. Um, when he does, his nickname is My Body, My Story. Just in case if he comes in, you all will know that is who it is. So I do the center line just to kind of keep it lined up. I kind of like to keep a front view a little bit uh, online lined up. And this may be another one, kind of like the Moon Knight, that I do more of the drawing in the ink than actually the pencil. So he's going to be in some serious deep shadow. With the light will be coming straight down. So we're going to get these nice long shadows across his face. I actually, on Facebook, my Punisher minimal print is going to be similar to this as far as certain aspects. You'll see in a minute. It's going to be a nice high contrast. Maybe tip of a ear. Trying to cheat and give you all a little bit of a idea. All black back here. Maybe I'll sculpt out some shapes or something.
Like some jigsaw shapes.
You know, that's not a bad idea, is it? Maybe some, just taking my brush and I don't know. Maybe not. You kind of scared me off of it now because I know I'm safe if I just go black. Now, I haven't been safe today. Right, Ron? I've been playing it fast and loose. And
It's been working.
It's been working. Hey, we'll see. I can always go black if it doesn't hold up for me.
Get a bit low.
Okay. Thanks for the heads up. That's why you get the big bucks. And Zablo just gets the little bucks. Never close your eyes sleeping. I mean, never close your eyes. Never just said like, I'm just gonna, I'm a little tired driving home. I just need to, just like literally 5 seconds, like 1, 2, 3, and man, not often when you come to because your body kicks in and gives you that shot of adrenaline, the hair standing up on your arms, and you're awake then for about 15 minutes. You're more awake than any any anything, I guess. I can't really think of any other word. You're just you're really wide awake. All right, so you kind of see it.
It's looking good.
I think I got the right distance here. I don't want it too close. That would be his neck. Going down to his, yep. I think that's about right. So, gonna go and ink it right from there. Wish me luck. Um, hmm. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Anybody? I'm not adding guns. That takes too long to draw. But this should be pretty. I actually um, like I'll probably do it in the morning. Might have to might have to just splatter this Punisher a little bit too. Maybe we'll see. This little this was going to be a highlight. I'm not sure I'm going to keep that or not. I might leave it in and decide at the end if it's too distracting, I'll get rid of it. It might be it's kind of weird up there right now, but sometimes it takes the whole drawing to be done to really make a call like that.
Um, AG says he always closes his eyes while sleeping, though.
That's what I'm doing wrong. I'm sleeping behind the wheel. No, I have not done that in a long time. I just remember a couple of times where. How about one eye, Ron? Have you shut one eye to kind of get a little rest? No?
I don't think I have. So what I will do if I am that tired, windows down, AC blasting, music blasting, biting my tongue, inflicting pain, trying to stay awake.
I've tried that. Now what I do is I just go to a rest area and nap for about 15 minutes.
Slap yourself hard enough in the face, you'll wake up.
Yeah, but it's only temporary.
Don't stop with one.
Just have Bella. Bella keeps slapping me.
She'll oblige. Pow.
Oh yeah. She'll be like, great. And Jacob will be, he'll be freaking out. Actually, it's funny. Jacob is such a backseat driver. He is so funny. When I'm not like in the 10-2 position and he's really on top of his game, like when we first start out on a trip, he's like, Daddy? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, could you put both hands on the wheel? And I'm like, you mean like this? And I put him in the 10-2 and he's like, yeah, thank you. I'm like, here's my, well, here's my 5, 6-year-old backseat driver.
But see, you're good about it. See, I'd be like, can I offer you a seat in the trunk?
To Jacob?
To any child.
Oh, not to
Don't,
Jacob. He
don't,
keeps it interesting.
don't be telling me how to drive, son.
Hey, Jacob had eyes on you that whole time. Man, I couldn't believe that. He was so funny. Daddy, you just, you know, I'm watching Ron. He's still behind us. Don't worry, he's still behind us. You just look ahead. Tell him he just look ahead. Little did he know I was spying on him turned around in my rearview mirror. It was so funny. I was just cracking up inside. I did not want to laugh like like out loud at him because
Yeah.
I didn't want to embarrass him because it was so cute that he was doing that.
Yeah, he had your back.
He did, and he had your back. He was looking out to make sure that you could follow us. And I didn't want to I didn't want to say, I think Ron's old enough to do it. I was like, Jacob, you are doing fantastic, man. Good little kid. Maybe I'll get inundated with Punisher requests now.
Question is, would you accept them?
I have no idea. Like I said, I'm feeling good tonight. I am I'm kind of in that zone where I feel like the drawing is working with me tonight instead of against me. I think it was that Hulk drawing. I I think I didn't like it because it was so far out of a comfort zone for me, and I wasn't sure. I was like fighting, with myself, which is I wouldn't advise it. It's kind of like don't
At
ever
least you'll
shut your
win.
yeah, one way or another. It's like something I wouldn't advise. It's like somebody told me one time, it's okay to shut your eyes for 5 or 10 seconds when you're tired driving. Bad advice. Don't ever listen to anyone that's ever done that. You'll find yourself up in a ditch or something.
Or worse.
Yeah, or worse. I mean, that's just, it's lunacy.
They don't have the con rates out yet, do they? For Charlotte.
For the rooms,
Hmm.
not that I know of. Have you checked?
I checked the
You
individual sites of the hotels.
No, usually the convention. Are you on their mailing list?
No.
That's where you should be, because that's where you'll probably get it. You should sign up for their mail list.
Oh yeah, they've got the book now rate thing up.
Oh, they do?
All right, let's see what they were saying because I checked it out last night.
Do they have just the Westin right now?
Just the Westin currently, which compared to the Westin's price last night without the rate, it is like 10, $20 cheaper a night.
Well, that will. Are you flying or driving?
I on the fence. I kind of want to drive because I imagine I'd probably get there. The time you drive to the airport, you go through the airport system, the TSA, how early you got to be there, the flight, another airport. I'm thinking I'd be pretty close to being there.
I was just going to say that parking is about $30 a night at the Westin.
Mm.
And really, in Charlotte, once you park, you don't want to really get out in the traffic. I find it very confusing. Now, I have drove. It's not a bad drive. The interesting thing is you go up South Carolina and then you cut across, and as soon as you get into North Carolina, Charlotte's like only 18 miles from the border going up through South Carolina. So it's like bang, you're there. And the other question is, would you fly out of Jacksonville?
So I was looking currently right now at Gainesville, or I'd probably go out of Orlando. Gainesville's
Oh
like
man. Okay.
30, 45 minutes away, and Orlando's maybe an hour.
Well, that's tough because, that adds to your travel too. Does it offset the parking? That's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. So AG says he was flipping through Andy Smith's art book last night and was surprised to see you had an inking example in there. It was good stuff.
Yeah, Andy's a good friend of mine. I met him when I was over in Orlando. He I moved over in 1990, and I think Andy showed up around 1992 or 91. And I met him at one of the original Orlando cons, and I wound up inking his the Green Lantern annual that that he penciled that year. He asked me if I would ink it because he was a. It was really funny. It was almost like he was stalking me because he was a big fan of me and Zach on Captain America. I should say Zach and I, right, to be proper. But yeah, that that page I inked, you can probably forget everything I said. Every, everything I said on it now. That was I think we were inking a page of his First Man comic book, which I believe his concept for First Man is pretty good. I know he did one issue of it, and I, it's an interesting. I think it's got potential. I just don't know if Andy's ever going to really concentrate on it or do some other stuff. It's funny. I got to get this red line off of his nose because it's looking like a pimple or something there. Get rid of that right away. And I might need to shorten this nose up a bit. I just wanted to. No, I vaguely do remember doing that. I would have never remembered had AG not brought it up. Um, I'd like to actually. I think I have a copy somewhere, or maybe I gave it away. I don't know. That was in his drawing book. Andy is very professional and very very what's the word I'm looking for? keeps a tight schedule. He really he thrives on that. Uh, I I keep a schedule on a lot of stuff, life stuff, and when I get up and when I get to sleep. But Andy is rigid on everything. Like once he starts something, man, it's like he's in. And if something comes along, I thought I was bad at like getting angry at when something didn't quite go the way I wanted it to. Like let's take for example, you go outside to, I don't know, go get a coffee or something, and you realize you got a nail in your tire. Well, had that been Andy, he he would have been a lot worse than I was as far as like it ruined my whole day. It would have probably ruined his week. But people are like that. I know, it was not good with me. It was not a that was not a fun day because I know I had a lot of stuff planned, and it just like I was I was looking for a pun and I couldn't think of one. I was I was trying for a setup there. I was gonna say it popped them all, but yeah, I'm not digging that little hair thing. I'm gonna get rid of that.
Well, AG says he just saw that he did a ton of work for the Bears this season. His art was all over the place.
Yeah, I actually got involved in a little bit of that, and then um, I was doing some design work for the company. He gave them my name, and then I was also working on something else for them that I kind of let them know I could do, and I kind of got done with it, and then uh, some things happened where I couldn't finish it. It was all my fault, and then I just afterwards I never got back to him on it. I don't want to be a downer, so it's basically it was when my wife's dad got sick, so I wrote him a letter and told him there's some stuff that's kind of got it needs my attention, and I need to concentrate on it, and I thought I could get back to him a little earlier than I did, and I haven't heard anything back from them. I haven't wrote them to apologize, but like I said, it was something that could have potentially led to more work for me, and my concentration was, of course, elsewhere. Um, so eventually, I might write back because the Bears did have a great season, and the people there were extremely nice to work with. Even got some Bear swag. They sent us all like some T-shirts, hat, thermos, bunch of cool stuff. If you're a Bears fan, I'm not, but I guess I could be. I'd be a Bears fan before a Patriots fan. How about that? Is that fair, Ron?
Totally fair.
I can say that and truthfully say it. Actually, the Bears were in the playoffs, weren't they?
Yes, and they lost to Double Doink. Double Doink. They that ball that doinked off the field goal
Oh,
twice.
that's right.
Left post, mid post, or something like that.
Yeah, that's like, insult to injury, right? It's like, why couldn't it just hit one? It kind of bobbled around. Well, Ron, I was guessing 3 hours, so I'm I'm close.
Yep.
I'm gonna be a little later than my estimate, but a lot better. At least it's not going on 12.
Yeah, I
Because
mean you'll
go
probably
ahead.
do another 20 minutes at most on this, so three
Nah.
hours and 20, not even 10 minutes.
Well, I just got to fill in blanks.
Yeah. So 3 hours, 10 minutes, 5 pieces. I mean, that's a good time.
Yeah, especially I had to look some stuff up and got to chat. Okay, so we're getting near the end.
Well, I think you're where you wanted to be, about 35, 40 minutes per piece.
Yeah, that's you know I don't know if I'm ever gonna. I mean, unless I just go to real simplification, which I could. Uh, and I've actually liked the outcome. If you look at my Instagram account, that Batman was done on like a small card, a small colored card. I did those for a friend of mine at Free Comic Book Day. When a customer bought $25 or more merchandise, they got a coupon to get a free sketch from me. And so I was cranking those things out, but once I got into a rhythm and loosened up a bit, it was quite fun, and I was enjoying it, I took I like I have that one because I thought it was one of the better. I have about 5 or 6 pictures of the ones that I thought were um, really really well done for very quick, and I'm talking 10 minutes maybe. They're about half the size of this paper, a little bit smaller maybe, but still it was just the thanking of them.
Oh, when you were talking about the football, AG said you just wouldn't want to come to any of the home games.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. I will I will agree wholeheartedly there. Um, I'm sure it's not the most comfortable warm warm stadium until they get that uh, dome put in, which I don't think they're ever going to do. I think that should be part of the charm of like the Bears and stuff, that they always play in outdoors. Same thing with like, well, wait a minute. Did Green Bay or Minnesota get domed? Didn't one of
Minnesota,
those?
Minnesota's a dome.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I think Lambeau Field's open.
Yep.
Gillette's open.
I think Lambeau Field should always be open. But you know what? I got a feeling sometime down the line, all stadiums are going to have to be enclosed. Because you know why? The NFL.
Sun cancer risks. They're going to get skin cancer. Can't be out in the sun.
Well, when Tom Brady retires after he loses a Super Bowl this year, he'll complain that because Foxborough, wait a minute, he's up in Foxborough. They're not domed. Why was I thinking they got domed?
No, that's Gillette. It's open.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised that he didn't have them build a dome for him. Dallas has the ultimate dome, that retractable deal. That's the best. Does anyone else have that or not?
Not sure.
I don't I don't think they do. This is going to be weird because you can't really see the whole thing, so it's like I'm going to have to slide it up and down, and you kind of miss the whole overall view.
For those who can't see what he's doing, he's putting on a lot of black ink.
I have literally got the Punisher in the shadows coming out, emerging.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, not bad. I'll take it.
So, barring any Tourette's of your right hand, you've gone 5 for 5.
Yeah, you are correct, sir. And one was even a Punisher. Okay, everybody. So, to cover the game again, um, I am going to do a free drawing, whether live or over the weekend or sometime, for somebody who leaves a comment below. So here's the rules real quick. I will tweet out everything but the code word. The code word you must pick up from the stream. And to make it easy on yourself, don't give the code out. Leave a comment below on your favorite piece that I did tonight. If you want to say why, maybe it's one of your favorite characters, maybe you liked something I did on it, you can feel free to add to your description. And then the code word that you want to be entered for a free drawing is Shazam. And after Shazam, you can put an equal sign or whatever, a slash. Put the character of your choosing that you would like me to do, and I will put everybody that does that into a randomizer, which they have online now, which are pretty cool. You just type everyone's username in, or you can cut and paste it in, and then you just click a button, and if you've got from 2, I guess, to 2,000, it randomly picks somebody out. And the reason I say you can put your character there is because if I get a group of people together like Jared and Craig and Ron, and maybe Pat can come on and we can just kind of have a hangout Friday, I will actually do that drawing Friday live. So if you can't make it, I'll know what to draw. Um, I will put I'll what I'll probably do is I really hate to cut off comments. I'll just make a comment that I'll pin up top that the contest is over and who the winner is, so that people can still comment on the stream, but they won't be able to play the game because it will be over this Friday. Uh, this Friday at, let's say, well, I'll tell you what, if I'm going to do the stream, we'll pick it live on the stream. Although I'd kind of like to have the pencil. Well, I don't need to. If I'm just doing one, I can draw naked. So, all right. So,
Well,
um,
AG said that he knows the Brewers have a retractable roof, and he said this is also a nice piece. It's fitting.
yeah, I think what's bugging me is the ears, because they kind of continue out too much from the cheeks. So I know I can safely just boom, get rid of they were just the little tips of the ears. So I can I can definitely do without them. And I got a little point here going on his chin, which is bugging me. So I'm just enough to square it up a bit. So this piece, like I said, my camera has seemed to drop a bit. So, all right, Mr. Frank Castle, aka The Punisher, season 2 is available on Netflix now. I have not watched an episode of season 2 yet. I have watched season 1. Very good show. Where it's going to go after Netflix, who knows? I hope they will continue it. Um, Hopefully, season 2 is even better than season 1. I still need to watch Daredevil season 3 in time. Let's see. I'm going to put that right about there. Tape that up. All right. So that should do it for tonight. I could add the white to the
Bullet Heads came in.
hey, bullet heads.
He said the profile cap. He loved the wings.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was I really enjoyed doing that.
Are you taking other requests for Friday?
Probably not, but I might do 5 more tomorrow. I had another person ask me if I could do 6 tonight, and I knew that 5 was about what Ron and I kind of knew I could do 5. So anywhere from 3 to 5. 3 would have been probably about what, around 9 o'clock, Ron? I would have had 3 done. Because the last 2 were, well, it's hard to say. It's hard to say, but would have been a little earlier evening. Not that it's terribly late, but when you get up early, uh, like Ron and myself, then yeah, 10 20 to 10:30 is it's a little late. I know it sounds wimpy, but it is what it is. Do you want to get in for tomorrow, Bullet Heads? Ron, you popped up twice. Um,
I don't know what's going on.
You don't? Okay. Uh, okay, bullet heads. I went through my big cartel store today, which were good because you have to fill out all the information, which I liked. And you're in the US, right? It's $25 just because I kind of need help on postage. And 25 seems to be good. So I'll tell you what, I don't want to open up my big cartel store right now because I want to announce it. How about, do you have my email, bullet heads? If not, it's down below. If you're not going to be available tomorrow, just, okay, yeah, shoot me an email. I'll get back to you in the morning. Um, in your email, tell me the character you want. List two characters so I can have an alternate and your address. And then I will let you know when my big cartel store goes live. I'll send you an email so you can jump right on it. Okay. And like I said, the cap up there is just for an example. I think everybody kind of understood that. No one thought they were getting that cap. That belongs to David. So shoot me an email and we'll get you hooked up for tomorrow. Ah, very good. So I want to thank everybody uh, for coming out. Let's do this again tomorrow at 7. I got 1 out of a possible 5. Um, if anybody else in the room right now wants to secure a spot, email me tonight so I have it in the morning. And we'll do the contest again tomorrow night too. Although it may not be for Friday. It may be, but it may be for another day. And Ron summarized the contest up above. I'll read that one last time. Oh, thank you, Don. Appreciate that very much, sir. Don, did you hear about the contest? If you it's not in live chat. The comments will come on once this video generates. It might take a while. Okay. Like I said, the secret word is Shazam. So I'll read Ron's quick. It says, to summarize, when the live stream is ended, place your comment. Just tell me which piece you liked best and maybe why. And then if you want to be entered in the drawing or in the drawing for a free drawing, the keyword is Shazam, and then put a hashtag or a slash or an equal sign, and then the character you'd like me to draw. Yeah, you're still eligible. You're eligible. That was a while ago. I will put on my Facebook and my Twitter again how to enter the contest, but the keyword, uh, you have to find it somewhere in the stream. Thank you, Dr. Kaz. I really appreciate it. And yeah, you know, I felt good today. So thank you, everybody. I am gonna get running. It's coming up on 10:30, and I need to clean up here and then go rinse out some dirty ink water. So again, uh, the contest, I'm going to try to get the gang together on Friday and we'll have a good time. If it's not the gang, I will at least show up and do the freebie or freebies. Maybe I'll make it two, and we'll have a good time as always. So thank you. And I believe we are up to 150 subscribers now. So that is a definite thumbs up for me. And by the way, everybody in the room, on your way out, if you haven't already, if you like what you see, a thumbs up would help me, and the comments are going to help. So before my voice gives out, because this is my third stream today, getting a little tired, I'm going to say goodnight and thank you. And I will see you probably tomorrow sometime. Yep. Thank you, Ron, for co-hosting and for running the show for me behind the scenes. I very much appreciate you. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Take care and see you tomorrow.